Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is now the end of March, and as I always say to you, these months just fly by. So the month of March was the month of my birthday, and some really good things happened this month. And then there were some really horrible things that happened this month as well. So as I said, it was my birthday. I had a pretty low-key birthday this year. Didn't do too much. Didn't even really go out for a special dinner. Just kind of did stuff with the family, and usually my husband and I will go out and have a really nice dinner somewhere. We just skipped over it. There was no real reason. It just happened that way, and I was fine with that. There were no events that I went to, so I'm going to skip over that section. I've really been preoccupied with work this month for the most part. But we did actually get some bad news this month. So those of you who are regular viewers will recognise Chloe, and Chloe doesn't want to be on camera right now. But we discovered this month that Chloe is actually quite sick, and she isn't going to get better as such, so we don't really know how much time we've got left. She had been losing weight from the new year until about a month ago when we started to investigate. We just thought that she'd been stressed from going into boarding, but it turns out she actually has stage 4 kidney disease. So there's no cure. We just have to kind of manage the situation and try and keep her as happy and comfortable as we can until the time comes where she's no longer comfortable, and then we need to sort of make a decision about what to do there, if you know what I mean. So it's been a pretty tough month. She, as far as I know, is still really happy. She's purring all the time. She's playing, she's snoozing, she's doing all the regular kitty things. So our main priority this month really has been her, and taking her to the vet and going backwards and forwards from the vet just to try and see if there's anything we can do to try and prolong her without her suffering. Like I said, I think for the most part right now she's happy. She isn't eating a lot, but the vet is pretty sure that she's okay for now. We don't know, we might have a couple of weeks left with her, we might have a few months, that's what I'm hoping. But we just kind of have to take a day at a time and sort of see how she goes. She wants to go outside. Yeah, so it's a bit of a downer. I guess what can you do? It's just part of life, isn't it? Just as a side note, Chloe is actually only 6, so most cats, if they do develop kidney failure, it happens when they're much older. But I guess it's just what happened, and there's nothing that we did to cause it, and it's just unlucky. So apart from looking after Chloe and sort of focusing all of our attention on her, she's been absolutely spoiled at the moment. I have been just working a lot, and we're coming up to a really busy time of the year at work. I've had a few invitations to stuff, but I haven't been able to go just because of work. So that's a little bit boring. But there are lots of products that I did try out this month and I really did like. There are some old favourites and some brand new, fresh off the shelves favourites, and let's have a look at those now. The first item that I really loved this month I'm wearing today. Actually, I'm wearing most of these items today, and it's the Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation. So this isn't a new foundation, it's just that it's been released in a whole bunch of new shades. I am wearing the shade Light 48 Neutral. I find that foundations, I am quite neutral, and I find that foundations often look either too pink or too yellow on me. So this is a really great one. The coverage on this is unbelievable. It is so heavy duty. If you're looking for something natural, this is not for you. It's quite a thick, creamy foundation. My only criticism of it is that it doesn't last as long as I would like it to, and that is like all day. I find, especially in the warmer months or in this warmer weather, wherever I wear my glasses, it rubs around quite a bit, and I'm a bit disappointed about that. But in terms of coverage, in terms of color match, in terms of blendability, in terms of it just looking flawless, this is the one that I've really been loving this month. I've also been loving the powder that is like part of the same collection. So this is the Locket setting powder. I don't think it's the best powder for baking and stuff, but certainly for setting your face, I think it's phenomenal. This is translucent, and I don't know if you can see that. And it is truly like colorless, and it doesn't make me look like an absolute ghost because it's too pale, but it also doesn't add any color. It's just a really nice way to finish off your makeup. I feel like it's very, very fine. It's flying everywhere. It's very, very fine. It doesn't look cakey, and it just looks flawless once you spray it with a setting spray. Another sort of base product that I've really been enjoying this month is one that I purchased for myself for my birthday, like a gift to me from me. It's a Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, but it's the pore minimizing one. This is it's very heavy duty, and it's not for the faint of heart. It really, really does minimize pores, but the trade-off is that it's extremely, extremely thick. If you use too much of it, you really need to use just a tiny, tiny amount. Your skin will look super, super cakey. So you do need to just use a tiny bit. I don't think you're going to be able to see anything other than the fact that it really blurs, it really gets rid of fine lines, and it really does minimize the appearance of pores. It's not purple as the bottle might suggest. It's actually just a skin toned one, but it totally disappears into the skin. This is one that I really, really like. A skincare item that I have been enjoying this month, I've used this now 3 times, and each time I was just sort of blown away with my skin the next day. It's the First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance Intensive Peel. It looks like a mud kind of mask, but it's actually like a chemical exfoliant. It doesn't look like I've used much because I haven't. She's in my plastic bag. It contains a whole bunch of acids that will help to exfoliate the skin, and this is the noise that you're currently hearing. She needs to sit in the bag where all my favourites are. Say hi, Chloe. Don't say hi. Hi, Chloe. So where was I? So yeah, I've really been enjoying this. So you apply it on the skin with a sponge. They actually do give you a sponge, a really, really thin layer of it. It doesn't dry the same way, let's say, a mud mask does, but when you go ahead and you wash it off, you're going to have a tingly kind of feeling. You're going to have a little bit of redness perhaps, but the next day your skin feels so, so smooth. So this is a really nice one. This brand is now available at Sephora. If you check out my website, you will see that I've done a bit of a review on some of my favourite products from this brand. They used to be available in Australia, they disappeared, and now they're back exclusively at Sephora. An item I searched high and low for and I picked up just after Christmas was the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. I don't really care for the smell of this. I know a lot of people do like it, but personally I don't like the smell, but what I do like is the tone. It's a really nice shade for lighter skin tones, and it's one of those bronzers that's not too pigmented. It's very, very creamy, not too pigmented, and it's not going to stain and make you look muddy. It's kind of got like a coconutty, I might even say like pina colada kind of scent. So I don't know if you can see that there. It's very, very light skin tone girl friendly. So this is a product I rediscovered, and I hope that you can still purchase it. It looks really banged up, but it's an item I kind of fell in love with this month. I'm wearing it today, and it's this palette here from Rimmel. I don't know what it is. Like, I never thought I would like a bronzer that's a little bit shimmery, and this one is, but I just love it. There's something about these shades working together. They're just beautiful shades. The bronzer is not too cool, not too warm. It's kind of a neutral kind of shade, so it looks good as both a contour and a bronzer. So this is the Coral Glow shade. I do believe there was another shade made, but I don't think we ever got it in Australia. So this is the Rimmel London Kate Sculpting Kit, or whatever it's called. It's a beautiful product. If you can still find this in Priceline or Big W, Target, any of those places, pick it up because it is just gorgeous. I was sent some brushes by TBX this month. And the one that I really enjoyed the most, these are the ones that are magnetic and will sit up on the magnetic stand. I really like this fan brush. I don't always use a fan brush for my highlight, and I've got a few of them, but I tend to always go back to kind of like small face brushes. But this one for some reason really picks up a lot of product. I'm not sure if it's because it's like got a duo kind of fiber thing going on or what it is, but it does pick up, they're not too soft, so it does pick up a lot of product and disperses it really nicely on the cheeks. So this is one that I really like. They're not too expensive. They're available from Priceline and perhaps I want to say Woolworths as well. But yeah, these are the magnetic ones and they're just really clever. I like these. This mascara has been my favorite for the last 2 months. I picked up a backup of this one recently. Tarte had a sale. The Maneater, I'm wearing it today. There's no falsies here. This probably doesn't look too extraordinary to you, but the fact that I know that I have very few or very short straight lashes and I've achieved this with just 2 coats blows me away. This one isn't available in Sephora in Australia. You do need to buy it from the Tarte website. I don't even know if they're going to bring it out here. It might be another one of those shape tape scenarios where we're not getting this, but it's just a gorgeous mascara. I don't know if you've seen this before, but it's actually a silicone wand or a plastic wand. I usually don't go for those all that much, but this one does for me what Benefit They're Real seem to do for everybody else. The lipstick that I have been enjoying most this month is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the first liquid lipstick from them that I've ever purchased. This is in the shade Lovely, and it's a really nice pink. It's a little brighter than my standard mauvey pink. It's still kind of in the same family, but it's a little creamier and lighter. I'm not wearing it today. I'm actually wearing Mac Myrrh, which is another one of my favorites this month. Yeah, it's just a really lovely lipstick and they last really well. I don't find them too drying. They smell okay. I think I'll be picking up some more of these because I was probably the last person in the whole community to buy these or to try these, but I get what the hype is about. As I mentioned, the other lip favourite is the one I'm wearing on my lips today. It is by MAC. It is called Myrrh. It's kind of that perfect mauve for me. But, I kind of strayed away from it when I was going through my whole liquid lipstick phase, and I'm kind of back to this now. It's just the most perfect everyday lip colour for me. My last favourite for the month is actually from Bourjois, and it's a little eye palette. Now, what I love about this eyeshadow palette, I'm just going to try and open it. So this eyeshadow palette has really cute packaging. I don't want to blind you, but you open it up and there's a mirror on this side and you can actually flip the mirror around to make a little vanity. So it's really cute, but it's also really good because now I don't have to blind you. So this is a really special little palette. The most significant thing about it, I think, is the texture of these shadows, which is obviously the hardest thing for me to show you. But they're so soft and they're very creamy feeling. For me personally, the shades in here that I don't use are the green and the blue, but all of those other kind of more neutral shades actually can create quite a nice look. The majority of these actually are shimmery shades, and there's one glitter there in the purple, but the standout shades for me really are those 3 neutrals there, and then the white is actually really nice as well. I'll show you what these look like on the skin. They're very soft, very soft. They can be a little powdery, but I just think for something from the drugstore, the quality is so beautiful. The shades are really lovely, and it's just something a little different from your usual nude on nude on nude neutral. So yeah, that's something else I've been enjoying this month. And I hope that they release these in maybe a few more shades. So the name of this is the Le Palette Le Nude. And they're cream powder eyeshadows, and they're supposed to have 12-hour wear. I haven't really tested that out. I'm just really more concerned with the shades and with the texture of these. So there aren't a vast amount of favourites this month, but the stuff that I have shown you, stuff that I've really enjoyed. Onto some empties. As usual, there are quite a few shower empties. So this is from Di Lorenzo. This is the shade Rosewood. So this is just a shampoo that turns your hair a rosy kind of shade. I'm not using it at the moment because I have run out. This is actually a fudge colour which I left in a little too long. But this one just gives me the most perfect shade. It's a lot deeper than what I've got now. Speaking of fudge, when I wanted to brighten my hair up a little bit, I was using Pink Moon from Fudge. The shade that I'm using now is actually Pink Flamingo, which is much brighter than this one. This one is just really great. It's a conditioning colour. I would mix it in with a white conditioner to pastel it up a bit, and it would add just a really nice pink tinge to the remains of my balayage. This is one that my husband ended up finishing off for me. It's the Hask Coconut shampoo. I think there's still a little bit of conditioner left because he doesn't use conditioner all the time. But I actually really enjoyed using the first half of this. He used the second half. A really nice fragrance shampoo. There's nothing really to say other than it did its job. It smelled nice. It made your hair feel nice. Bubbly from Lush. It's full of water. So my husband is devastated because this was a limited edition Christmas scent, and it's the most excited he's ever been about a body wash. So Bubbly was like a orange kind of smelling shower gel. I hope they bring this back next year for Christmas. A really lovely mask from The Body Shop is the Tea Tree mask. This one is quite a few years old, so I ended up just throwing it out. There's probably another 2 or 3 applications in it, but you know, I've got so many masks at the moment, I'm not going to get through it, and it is old. It's way past its expiry date. I went through another packet of the Skin Republic Underneath Eye Gel masks, what are they called? Hydro Gel Under Eye Patch. I love these so much. You just leave them on for half an hour and your skin feels so good afterwards, and you know, my under eyes are like my most, I don't know, my most troublesome, I guess, area in terms of aging. So I feel like I really like these. I feel like, I don't know if they do a whole bunch, but they make the under eye feel really hydrated. I finished some Sephora wipes. I really like these ones, but I don't know that I want to spend like $15 or whatever it is on wipes, but they are really nice. Another Daiso sponge cleaner, a can of Batiste shampoo. This is blush, I think. Yes, this is one of my favorite fragrances. I don't often buy Batiste anymore, but I do find it's really good just as like a cheap pick-me-up. It does leave a white cast. If you're not too worried about that, this is a great one. And then lastly, it's not really a beauty product, but I did get it from Sephora and it has been used in the bathroom. There's a little hand wash which was part, I think, of their Christmas collection. It's the Cotton Flower fragrance. It had glitter in it. It was just really pretty. I like the bottle. We like the scent. It's really nice. So that is the wrap up for March, a month that will definitely be remembered as, I won't say the highest of highs because there's been no highs, but there's been some lows, and that's part of life, I suppose. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. As usual, thank you so much for coming and spending a little time with me, my little corner of the internet. I think that's what I usually say. I will catch you again very soon. Sending you a whole bunch of well wishes, and I hope that you can send them to me too, in this kind of tough time. I'll catch you next time. Bye.